I want to tell you about a patient who changed the way I think about aging. His name is Harold. He turned 97 years old last month. And every single morning, rain or shine, holidays included, Harold walks 2 miles through his neighborhood. When I first met Harold 3 years ago, I assumed he was in his early 80s. His posture was straight. His handshake was firm. His eyes were clear and sharp. When he told me his real age, I had to ask him to repeat it. 97 years old, walking 2 miles every day, taking only one medication, living alone, driving his own car and cooking his own meals. I asked him the question every doctor wants to ask. Harold, what's your secret? He smiled and said something that surprised me. Dr. Miller, it's not the walking that keeps me going. It's what I do before I walk. I have a 3-minute routine I do every single morning, the moment I wake up. I've done it for 40 years, and I believe it's the reason I'm still here. Today, I'm going to share Harold's 3-minute morning routine with you. This is not complicated. This does not require any equipment, and it takes less time than brushing your teeth. If you're over 60 and you want to move better, feel younger, and add years to your life, please watch this video until the very end, because what Harold taught me could transform your mornings and your future. Let's begin. The first thing Harold does every morning before his feet even touch the floor takes just 30 seconds. But according to research, it may be the most important half-minute of his entire day. Harold lies flat on his back and takes 10 slow, deep breaths. He breathes in through his nose for 4 counts. He holds for 4 counts. Then he exhales slowly through his mouth for 6 counts. He does this 10 times without getting out of bed. This sounds almost too simple to matter, but the science says otherwise. A major study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found something remarkable. Adults who practice slow, deep breathing for just 5 to 10 minutes daily lowered their systolic blood pressure by an average of 9 points. That's equivalent to some blood pressure medications. A comprehensive meta-analysis that reviewed 15 clinical trials confirmed that breathing exercises significantly decrease both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. The reductions were clinically meaningful, with systolic pressure dropping by about 7 points on average. Here's why this works. When you take slow, deep breaths, you activate something called the vagus nerve. This nerve runs from your brain all the way down to your gut, and it controls your body's relaxation response. Deep breathing tells your nervous system to calm down. Your heart rate slows, your blood vessels relax, your blood pressure drops. After a night of sleep, your body has been in a semi-stressed state for hours. Your blood is thicker in the morning. Your blood pressure tends to spike when you first wake up. In fact, research shows that heart attacks and strokes are most common in the early morning hours. By taking just 10 deep breaths before getting out of bed, Harold essentially resets his nervous system for the day. He transitions his body from the stress of waking up to a calm, balanced state. 10 deep breaths, 30 seconds. That's his first secret. Now, after Harold finishes his breathing, he does something that might seem unusual. But when I looked at the research, it made perfect sense. Harold sits up slowly on the edge of his bed and does a simple ankle rotation exercise. He lifts one foot off the floor and slowly circles his ankle 10 times in each direction. Then he switches to the other foot. This takes about 30 seconds, and it may be saving his life. Here's why. When you lie down all night, blood pools in your legs. Your circulation slows. Your joints stiffen. One of the biggest dangers for older adults is getting up too quickly and either falling or experiencing a sudden drop in blood pressure. By rotating his ankles before standing, Harold does 2 critical things. First, he activates the muscles in his lower legs, which helps pump blood back toward his heart. Second, he lubricates his ankle joints, which improves his balance the moment he stands up. Research confirms that ankle mobility is directly connected to fall risk in older adults. A study found that older adults with better ankle flexibility have significantly better balance and a lower risk of falling. Falls are the leading cause of injury death in people over 65. They're responsible for millions of emergency room visits every year. Harold told me he started doing this after watching an elderly neighbor fall while getting out of bed. That neighbor broke his hip and never fully recovered. Harold decided he would do everything in his power to prevent that from happening to him. 20 ankle circles, 30 seconds. That's his second secret. After Harold finishes his ankle circles, he stands up slowly, holding the edge of his bed for support. Then he does something that physical therapists call the most underrated exercise for longevity. He does 10 slow, controlled squats, but these aren't gym squats. Harold doesn't go all the way down. He simply stands with his feet shoulder-width apart, holds the back of a sturdy chair for balance, and lowers himself about 6 inches, as if he's about to sit down. Then he stands back up. He does this 10 times, slowly and deliberately. This takes about 60 seconds, and it may be the single most important minute of his day. Here's why. The ability to sit down and stand up without using your hands is one of the strongest predictors of longevity ever discovered. A famous study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology tested over 2,000 adults on their ability to sit down on the floor and stand back up. Researchers followed them for an average of 6 years. The results were stunning. People who struggled with this basic movement had a significantly higher risk of dying during the study period, compared to those who could do it easily. The squat motion, even a partial one, engages nearly every major muscle group in your body. Your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your glutes, your core, your back. These are the muscles that keep you independent. They're the muscles that allow you to get up from a chair, climb stairs, walk without a walker, and live in your own home. After age 60, we lose muscle mass at an accelerating rate. This condition, called sarcopenia, affects millions of older adults and leads to frailty, falls, and loss of independence. But research shows that simple resistance exercises, even bodyweight squats, can slow and even reverse this muscle loss. Harold's 10 morning squats take just 1 minute, but over the course of a year, that's 3,650 squats. Over the course of a decade, that's 36,500 squats. Those numbers add up. They build strength, they preserve muscle, and they keep him walking 2 miles every day at 97 years old. 10 supported squats, 1 minute. That's his third and final secret. Now let me put Harold's entire routine together for you. The moment Harold wakes up, before he gets out of bed, he takes 10 slow, deep breaths. In through the nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, out through the mouth for 6 counts. This takes 30 seconds. Then he sits up on the edge of his bed and rotates each ankle 10 times in each direction. This takes 30 seconds. Then he stands up slowly, holds a sturdy chair, and does 10 partial squats. This takes 60 seconds. Total time, 3 minutes. That's it. No gym membership, no expensive equipment, no complicated exercises, just 3 simple movements that prepare his body for the day ahead. Harold told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Dr. Miller, most people my age struggle to get out of bed. They dread the morning because everything hurts. Their joints are stiff. Their balance is shaky. They feel old the moment they open their eyes." Then he said, "I don't feel that way. By the time I finish my 3 minutes, I feel ready. My blood is flowing. My muscles are awake. My mind is clear. And then I put on my walking shoes and I go." That's the real secret Harold taught me. It's not about doing one big thing. It's about doing small things consistently every single day for years and decades. The research backs this up completely. A landmark study found that older adults who engage in regular daily movement, even simple activities like walking and light stretching, have significantly lower mortality rates than those who are sedentary. The study found that as few as 6,000 steps per day reduces mortality risk in adults over 60. Another study found that people who take walks in longer stretches of at least 10 to 15 minutes gain greater health benefits than those who get the same steps in shorter bursts. Harold's daily 2-mile walk usually takes him about 40 minutes. It's not fast, it's not intense, but it's consistent. And it all starts with those 3 minutes in the morning. If you're watching this and you're over 60, I want you to try Harold's routine tomorrow morning. Not next week, tomorrow. Before you get out of bed, take 10 slow, deep breaths. Sit up and rotate your ankles 10 circles each direction. Stand up slowly, hold a chair, and do 10 gentle squats. 3 minutes. That's all it takes to start changing your life. You might feel silly at first. You might wonder if something so simple could really make a difference. But Harold has been doing this for 40 years. And at 97, he's still walking 2 miles every day while most of his peers are in nursing homes or no longer with us. Small habits done consistently lead to extraordinary results. If you learned something valuable today, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. I release new videos every week designed specifically for adults over 60 who want to live longer, healthier, and more active lives. If you found this helpful, please share it with someone you love, because the people we care about deserve to know these secrets too. Leave a comment below with the word morning if you're going to try Harold's 3-minute routine tomorrow. I read every comment and I'd love to hear how it works for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Medical disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your physician before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have existing health conditions.